In this video tutorial, I am going to design this model in CATIA. The units are given in millimeters, so we are going to design this model in millimeters and let's start it. So first of all, I'm going to start mechanical design, part design, name the part, and first I'm going to verify the units. Go to tools and options. The selected units of lengths are inches, so we needed to select it into millimeters. Select it into millimeters and click OK. Now the working units are in millimeters, so I'm going to select this right plane, ZX plane, and going to start the sketching on this plane. So first of all, I am going to select the profile tool. I'm going to draw a line, then again a line, and select the profile tool. Again going to select the line tool, start sketch, and like that. This line is not horizontal. We needed to select this line and add the constraint and make it horizontal. Then I am going to select the 3-point R starting with limits. So this is my first limit, this is my second limit, and I'm going to draw it like that. I'm going to select this line, press Ctrl, select this line, and add the constraint. This constraint must be tangency. The tangent is added here and here. Now I'm going to add the dimension constraint. I'm going to select the dimension constraint and going to select this line. Dimension of this line is given as 36 millimeter, and I'm going to select the dimension constraint and going to add the dimension of this arc. The radius of this dimension is given as 16 millimeter. Now the sketch is fully defined. The color of the sketch is telling us that this sketch is fully defined. That means we are not able to add some more dimension or the constraint. If I going to add it, it will make change the color and it will give us like it's over constraint, so we don't need it this dimension. I'm going to delete it. Exit this sketch and make sure this sketch is selected. I'm going to add the pad and make the direction reverse direction. This little arrow is telling us in which direction we are going to add the material, add the pad. So if I am going to click here, it will change the direction, so we need it in that direction. And under the definition of pad, type dimension, and this dimension is given as 40 millimeter. Zoom to fit. Now I am going to select this circle, this surface, and I am going to add a circle on it to make a hole and just pan it here. I did this pan by my mouse. You can also do it by selecting this pan tool and place it anywhere which is feasible for you. Then I am going to select the circle tool, and I am going to add a circle like here. Now I needed to add the constraint of this circle between this circle and this arc. I wanted this circle and this arc concentric, so this circle and this arc must share the common center. I selected this circle and this arc by pressing the control, and I'm going to select the constraint dialog box and add the concentricity between these two circles. So now this center, this circle and this arc, they both are sharing a common center. I'm going to select the dimension constraint and select this circle, and this dimension is given as 16 diameter. Now it's fully defined. Exit the sketch workbench, make sure the sketch is selected and click on pad, and under the definition of pad, under type, we wanted up to last and make it zoom to fit. Now I am going to select this top surface and select the start sketching. I'm going to pan it here and just simply add a rectangular, and then we are going to dimension it. So select the dimension constraint, select this line, press the control and select this edge. Sorry, our selection was not right. So select the dimension constraint and this axis, and this dimension is given as 11, and also on the other side select this and this edge, this dimension is also given as 11. And now I'm going to define the overall position dimension from this point to this axis or this edge, and this dimension is also given as 11. I'm going to select this one, this line. I'm going to select this edge or this axis or this edge. We can make any selection, and this dimension is given as also 11. Now we needed to define the length of this rectangular, and as you know, we needed to make a cut from here to this edge, so we can define any dimension which is like bigger than this cut, like from this edge. So I'm going to select this, sorry, selection was not correct. Select this dimension constraint and I'm going to make it 45. So it's we are going to add the pad from this sketch and exit this sketch. Make sure the sketch is selected and click on pad, and we wanted this up to last. Our selection is good under the type up to last. If you put like dimension, then we needed to define the dimension, but as you know, we wanted a through cut, so I am going to click up to last. Now we needed to make a cylinder on the back side of this model, so I am going to rotate this model. I did this by my mouse by pressing the middle mouse button and then keep pressing my right mouse button, or you can also pan it by going here rotate and just do it by left mouse button. So we needed to select this surface for our sketching, so I am going to select this and select the sketching and just pan it to a location which is feasible for you and just add a circle. And then we needed to define the position dimension of this circle and the diameter of this circle. I am going to select this circle and dimension constraint, and this dimension is given as 18, and make sure this this center is in the middle of this whole surface. So I'm going to select this constraint, dimension constraint. I'm going to select this center of the circle and this dimension. So to make in the middle of this sketch, this dimension is 36 divided by 2, and I'm going to select again the dimension constraint, select this point, press the control and select this edge, and this position dimension is 40 divided by 2. I think we added these position dimension like not correct. So this dimension is basically 40 divided by 2 and this dimension is 36 divided by 2. Now it's in the center of this whole surface. 36 and 18. And 32. Sorry. This dimension is 32 divided by 2. Now it's in the middle of this surface. I selected my position dimension wrong, so I just make it correct now. From the center to this center it's 40, because this whole length is 40. So from center to this one edge it's 20, and this whole dimension is 32. And from the center to this edge this is 16. And click on pad, and this under the pad definition type length, this length is given as 32 meter long. And just go here and make the isometric view zoom to fit, so you can see the whole model, and our design is done.